Welcome, wrestling fans. We're here at North Hunterdon High School to see a spectacular Hunterdon County rivalry as North Hunterdon plays host to Del-Val. The Terriers coming in with a phenomenal history behind them under the tutelage of Coach Andy Fitz, a longtime legacy in the sport. We're excited to be here tonight. Two amazing teams with such tradition, such excellence, such hard work as the North Hunterdon boys get ready to take the mat. They are primed and ready to go, but Del-Val comes in with a very solid showing after the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. Of course, North Hunterdon, the Hunterdon Warren Sussex champions this year. But man, on paper, it looks like it could be a barn burner. I am here with my very good friend, a longtime colleague, and Del-Val wrestling alumni, Trevor Stiefkins. Trev, tell me a little bit about what your thoughts are for tonight.
Hey, Eric, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here again in Hunterdon County. Let me tell you something. These two teams always go at it. And since as long as I can remember, even back to my toddler years, these teams have gone at it toe to toe every night. I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Fitz a little bit before the match. He said that his team's ready to go. He coming off a fresh and tough tournament over the weekend, but they just want to wrestle well. Hopefully he gets the matchups that he wants tonight. And if you know anything about Coach Andy Fitz, he is a wizard when it comes to those matchups. So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Andy Fitz, son of Vince Fitz, who has been so instrumental, the Fitz family in this program, such great tradition. He's got Paul Petro on the side, former head coach of the program. But I'll tell you, Dave Bell, although it's not been a ton of years he's been at North Hunterdon, he comes arguably in the top 5 of all-time coaches in New Jersey history. Coming from Bergen Catholic, where he brought the team up to national prominence. He's coached many national champions in his days, some incredible teams, top New Jersey teams over the years. And he comes to North Hunterdon, the first year, a little bit of a building, and then stormed to the state title last year, the Group 4 state title. And it's exciting today because we have 2 defending state champion teams, Del-Val, who it seems like every year they are in the hunt for a state title. At the Group 1 level, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So Del-Val at the Group 1 level, North Hunterdon at the Group 4 level. Every year, these teams are going at it, as Trevor said, and we're excited tonight. Trevor and I have had the privilege to get to spend a lot of time with members of both teams as coaches, as friends, as mentors. So it's really special to be up here tonight on behalf of Main Street Sports, bringing us live here, and man, a packed house, alumni night, youth night. It's going to be exciting as the kids continue to warm up and get ready for our Lehigh introductions.
That's kind of one of the great things I really love about Hunterdon County wrestling is that you take a coach like Dave Bell, who's historically been, up there as far as one of the greats in New Jersey history, and then you take him from a big school like Bergen Catholic and bring him down to a small Hunterdon County school. And, it's crazy what they could do.
Awesome night to be here as North Hunterdon huddles up, gets their final little talk amongst themselves and prepares himself for battle against a really, really sound Del-Val team. We'll be doing our Lehigh introductions here momentarily, likely pause for the national anthem, and then we will be underway to witness what is sure to be another Hunterdon County classic. Tonight's bout is scheduled to start at 120 pounds. I think, as Trevor alluded to, the matchups are so important in every coach's strategy, and especially when two teams are so tightly contested as the Del-Val and North Hunterdon teams. Pause for a moment as we wait for the introductions, and then we'll introduce the athletes as they take the mat. But now we'll be pausing for the national anthem. And wow, what an amazing job by the North Hunterdon student. You know, every time I get to come to these matches, I am not only impressed by the athletic ability, but also the musicality, the artistry of the North Hunterdon section. It's really a privilege to be here in Hunterdon County tonight. We're about to start our lineups here, and it's going to be exciting. And I'll tell you, it could be anybody's game here tonight, Trev.
Yeah, you know, Eric, you know, doesn't matter if either team is ranked in the state or not. These two teams go at it.
They're introducing the 106-pounders. We've got Vincent Ranieri versus either Caden Wadle or Thomas Wade. Wadle, a defending Hunterdon Warren Sussex champion. At 113 pounds, Owen Shuey Jr. versus the sophomore and Owen Full. Another really, really awesome matchup coming up. Owen Full, another phenomenal showing at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. 120, we've got a senior, Tristan Falthrup, facing off against Daniel Snyder, a freshman. Falthrup comes in with a 6th place in the regions the last 2 seasons, finishing 4th at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament, is the favor in that one. But at 126, Reed Busby, a senior from North Hunterdon, a Hunterdon Warren Sussex champion, will look to face off after Tanner Donnarumma, who's a sophomore. At 132 pounds, we're looking for Del-Val, Tanner Donnarumma, or Julian Bednar versus an absolute hammer in Aiden Yarusi, coming off another Hunterdon Warren Sussex title and also the Most Outstanding Wrestler Award. Bumping to 138, Ty Falkenstein will face off against Kieran Rayleigh. Falkenstein, a region qualifier last year, finished 3rd at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Really, really impressive athlete against a tough Kieran Rayleigh. Bumping up to 144, we have Michael Hassan versus Matt Busby. Could be a barn burner in that one. That one could go either way. Hassan finishing, of course, 1st at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, but Esposito, one of the most dangerous wrestlers on the mat. 150, we see Ian English, a junior, versus Sebastian Doback, who has an absolute hammer, finishing 3rd at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. But Ian English, you know, coming off the bench last year, working his way into the lineup, working hard, really impressive. 157, Hunter Tefera finished 1st at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex against Luke Charbonneau, again, a junior who's kind of finding a lot of time this year and making his noise known in the lineup. But Tefera, a sophomore, has been off to a fast pace. 165, we're talking about Marcus Gary Jr. against likely Sebastian Santos. Of course, Dylan McGinnis out, currently suffered an injury in the Phillipsburg match. So that one could be a toss-up. 174, we're up to Olivier Paul or Anthony Brito versus Nick Romanello, a freshman who's been burst onto the scene. A transfer from Hunterdon Central's area. Nick is a tough athlete, but I think those Del-Val boys will be up to the challenge. Up to 190, we have Matthew Censure versus Owen Dandio. Dandio, a senior, versus Censure, a junior. Owen, the runner-up at Hunterdon Warren Sussex, whereas Censure, although did not compete, the two faced off last year, and the dual meet came Dandio's way. So we'll see what happens tonight. 215, Darjinder Dillon versus Luke Seifert. Always these heavyweight matches as we get up into the upper weights are exciting. And finally, at heavy, Lucan Alberti versus Anthony DeSimone. Again, another toss-up there. So many toss-ups. We're out for the coin flip here. Trev, what do you think the Del-Val boys are thinking right now?
Well, if I know Andy, he's going to want to win this coin toss so he can get his favorite matchups. If I'm a betting man, I'm thinking Andy Fitz is going to want to choose odds here.
We'll see. Andy is always known for a trick or two up his sleeves. No doubt they'll be jockeying in the lineups tonight to get the most competitive matchups. Of course, each team looking to make their mark on Hunterdon County, kind of claim their stake to the best team in Hunterdon County. Of course, Voorhees, Hunterdon Central, great storied program. South Hunterdon on the rise. Of course, they would like nothing more than to place their claim to that. But this should be a good one. It looks like Bell and Fitz maybe already doing a little bit of back and forth strategy. Looks like the flip went North Hunterdon's way. Not sure what they called. But again, no doubt it's going to be interesting, guys. As we start at 120, we'll see who gets thrown out here.
Referees, looks like we have Mike Inarado, and it looks like we have Frankie Leitner as well for our referees on the day here tonight.
Again, guys that have just been around the block once or two times. Really great pair. We're lucky to have them here. Here we go, 120. That looks like Daniel Snyder coming out for North Hunterdon. Trev, jump in and tell me who you think Del-Val is going to send.
Right now, looks like it's going to be Tristan Fauthra. Looks like he's about to make his way through the tunnel, and yes, it is.
Very good. Fauthra again, 6th in the region the last two seasons. Finished 4th at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Probably looking to pick up some bonus points here. But of course, Daniel Snyder, one of the hardest workers I've ever had the privilege to coach. New-ish to the sport, only been in a couple years, but hard-working kid. And you see Fauthra right on top, getting his 3 takedown, looking to work that cross-face cradle here. Daniel trying to probably peel those hands, keep a wide base, and looking to avoid any turn. Fauthra hooking that ankle to secure it, keep those hips flat, and he's just working that cross-face cradle. Kind of a signature for the Del-Val team. And then he's going to be gotten it locked up. He's looking to get hip to hip, and he's got him on his back. We got some swipes. He's got his 4 count. Daniel's going to have to work that grip, fight hard. Got it tight there. Fighting hard. Minute 20. You see Daniel continuing to peel at the grips there, and Fauthra just squeezing him down, trying to probably get belly down, use his chin a little bit in the shoulder, give a little bit of assist, gets the pin, and that is exactly what Del-Val wanted, Trev. What do you think?
Yeah, well, the best part about Andy Fitz's Terriers here is the fact that they love to get bonus points no matter where possible. They are all out for bonus points. When they're left on the mat, they want to take them.
And that is likely going to be the story of tonight. Getting an extra bonus point there, fending off a takedown, saving a team point here. And this next one could be interesting. We got Reed Busby, a senior, coming in with a really, really solid campaign he's putting together in his senior year. 13-6 on the year, coming off a first place at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Who do we got for Del-Val?
This is Tanner Donnarumma. Speaking of bonus points, this is where Del-Val does not want to give up any.
Reed in on a quick single over Tanner Donnarumma. He's getting his 3. He's going to work right up. And they're off the mat.
One thing that Tanner's pretty good at here is Tanner is pretty good at scrambling from the bottom position. Even as a young wrestler, he's always been good at doing that. So we'll see if he can counter here and see if he can get out.
We'll see where Reed goes. He looks like he's trying to get to his cross wrist. Looks like he's got it tied up, taking it through the tail. Little ball and chain series. One of my personal favorites. Slaps on that cross face. Looking to double under, bundle it up a little bit, or work that cross face cradle. And it looks like he cuts him. So we're 3-1 here, about 40 seconds in. We'll see what kind of leg attacks these guys got. Both of them in an incredibly low stance. Nice little pass there on the edge of the mat. Reed looks to run the pipe. He gets his 3. We're up 6-1 North at this point.
Tanner's got to be thinking, he's got to be thinking edge of mat wrestling here. He can't be giving up takedowns at the edge. You got to understand where you're at and hopefully counter that.
So we're 6-1. Reed again, little mat return, getting back to that wrist control. He's got that cross wrist again. He's tough with that. Again, he's looking to circle the hips, maybe take it through, and he goes right back to that cross face cradle. So 2 matches in a row, we see a lot of cross face cradles. At North Hunterdon, we call this movie's working the corkscrew. Out in the Lehigh Valley, they call it bundling them up. But you can see he's pretty fierce with that cross face, and it looks like he's going to stick with that. But tell you what, man, Donnarumma, he's a tough kid, man. He's just taking it, keeping a nice low base there.
I think his main goal here is to save as many points as possible. He's up against it here with Reed. Reed's a tough kid.
Well, it's 6-1, few seconds left in the first. Reed's got that crossface cradle. Oh, he rolls it through, but he's a little high there. Doesn't get any swipes, and that's going to be winding us down here. He got about 6 seconds left in the first. Our scoreboard clock is a little bit off, but we're pretty close here. And that's the first period. 6-1. Looks like choice to Del-Val.
Tanner's going to probably want to choose top here. He got ridden out that entire first period. Hopefully, looks like he chose bottom. Hopefully he can get out here.
He goes down.
He's got to put some moves on here.
Could be a long 2 minutes. We'll see. Tough kid though.
He is.
Again, right back to that cross wrist ride here. Sees again trying to work that cross face cradle. He's smashing it. I'll give him that. Donnarumma is wrestling a really smart match here. Not exposing himself. Looks like Reed may have it locked up there. See if he tries that roll through again. Coach Gappis over there telling him to get hip to hip. Come out around front a little bit. That roll through isn't working. And Donnarumma just doing a good job keeping his base nice and low, not allowing himself any exposure, not allowing any back points. But man, that is a solid crossface from the senior.
You could see he's getting visibly a little bit more frustrated too that he's unable to turn Tanner. Tanner's doing a really good job at defending all of his attempts to put him to his back here.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like, Donnarumma is just, again, keeping a good base. He's taking a shot there. Again, Reese just not having it locked up. Keeps going back to bundle it up there, corkscrew it, but sticking with that series. Looks like he's going to cut him. So we're 6-2, about 46 seconds left. Reed in on a shot. A little bit of a funk position here. See if we're going to pass ahead, pass a leg. If I'm Reed, I want to get my head out. Turn that corner there. Usually in this situation, the guy with the highest chest is going to win. So looks like we got a potentially dangerous. No, we got a illegal scissor.
Yeah, I believe he called for figure four of the body there.
So it's going to be a 1 point penalty point for Busby. We're up at 7-2. Donnarumma in on a shot. Reed fighting hands here, banging hips, chasing ankles. And he's got the 3 there. So we're at 10-2. At this point, he's secured a major decision, but I do not think that is enough for what North Hunterdon is looking for here.
I think he wants to score more points. Tanner's doing a pretty good job of not letting him.
It's going to be curious to see what North Hunterdon takes in the third here. 10-2, third period. He's up by 8, so he's secured the major, but he's going on his feet. I'm sure he's looking for more bonus points here. Oh, nice little pick there. Low single. Looks like he's going to get his 3 here. Hook the leg. Doesn't have it hooked yet. He's trying. Donnarumma staying tight, keeping his hips tight. Good scooting by Donnarumma. And there's your 3. So 13-2. Again, I think they're going to be looking tech at this point. Which I don't know. I'd be curious. Tech might be a win here for Del-Val.
I think it might be. I think saving even just that simple bonus point could hopefully prove.
He's in a Peterson position. Let's see if he goes for it.
Scored points then.
1 point.
All right.
So we're 13-3, about 1:20 left.
Donnarumma's got to go for it if he's.
I mean, he's down 10. A lot of work to do to put on a additional 5 point differential to get that tech fall. We'll see.
He is.
At this point, I think Del-Val is feeling pretty good about this outcome. I mean, Reed, of course, is just working his tail off. He's doing everything he can. So credit to him. But again, Donnarumma just blocking off and wrestling really, really smart against the senior Hunter Warren Sussex champ.
Yeah, he is.
State qualifier. So right now, Reed's got to get under those arms because he does not have the take, but there it is. And Gappis is telling him to cut him. It's 16-4 here. One more take, and we'll get it. We're going to have to get it. 28 seconds. Donnarumma staying tight. You can hear the bench. Don't give it up. They're screaming like crazy. Oh, he's pinching his head.
He's got to pinch those knees.
Yeah, man, he's got it tight. Oh, no points yet. No awarding.
Is he going to call it?
I don't know. He's got 13. I think he's got to get that leg hooked. I don't think he's going to call it. He's got to hook that leg. He's got to bang him to his hips. 5 seconds. Not going to get it. Not going to get it. That's a huge,
great effort.
Huge effort
Great
for Del-Val. right there, 16-4 final. Busby gets the major, but you could see Coach Fitz jumping off the sideline, clapping his hands. He's very happy with that. And I got to say, I think that might be a win for Del-Val.
Oh yeah. That was a gutsy move for that low single, because Reed Busby is a good scrambler, but having Tanner hang on like that, nice and tight, to hold off not only a pin, but a tech fall to have a major, it's a huge win for Del-Val right now.
So we got Aiden Yarusi, the defending Hunterdon Warren Sussex champion this past weekend, an outstanding wrestling award winner. Who is this, Trev? Is this Julian?
Yeah, this is Julian Bednar. Here's a kid who started wrestling in 7th grade, and I believe he started wrestling in 7th grade. But man, this kid moves. He moves well. You would never know. He looks like he's been wrestling since he was 3 years old.
So we'll see. It looks like the two met in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semis. Aiden had a tech fall over Bednar, but we'll see. I mean, I think again at this point, North Hunterdon's got to be looking for a pin here, and I got to think Bednar's happy to escape with anything but that.
Yeah.
Yarusi in on a quick shot, but Aiden keeping his hips away. Oh, he's going to get hit for stalling. Oh, immediately. Wow. Quick call, but I got to admit, I was thinking that was a stall as well.
It's one of the things I like about the involvement of wrestling. Forces more action.
Yeah, the 3-point takedown, I think, is just it's a huge difference maker. And then, the refs, I mean, they are not leaning at all. Like 1 or 2 backward steps, and you're going to get back for stalling. Nice little pass by attempt by Bednar, but Aiden, a little too crafty for that. Gets his 3-point takedown. Looks like he's getting to a little cheap tilt there, maybe, and they're out of bounds.
Now, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong. Aiden Yarusi was a Hunterdon Warren Sussex champion, correct?
Correct. He won the Hunterdon Warren Sussex and actually earned OW award, knocking off a New Jersey State place winner who was a defending champion in the process from Pope John. Nice little ankle pick, underhook series, but again, no points. Bednar wrestling tough, man.
Yeah, he is. For somebody who's very good at takedowns, he's doing a pretty good job at defending them here.
Yarusi on a quick double. He's scared of the 3, and now he's up 6-1. I'm going to say he cuts him again is just my guess, but we'll see. About 55 seconds left, and oh man, maybe I should play the lottery or something tonight. Lucky call on that one. 3-2, a little fireman's carry. Got it. 7-2, 10-2, that is. Still think he's got to get the fall, though. He's got to be working for the fall here. Obviously, Aiden doing everything he can. I'll say, Trev, I've known Aiden since he was a little boy. This kid's got an engine. He's got a hunger to be great. Great work ethic. But, man, it seems like the Bednar kid, he's not afraid of anything. He's going at it.
Yeah. From what Coach Fitz tells me, this kid is a workhorse. Constantly moving, and doesn't get tired during practice. And he's definitely proven it tonight.
Looks like Aiden's trying to work a bar series, bar and hook maybe. 2 seconds left in the first, and we're 10-2 at the end of the first. Looks like North Hunterdon's going to defer the choice and give it to Del-Val.
I think Andy's probably going to want to go down or on his feet.
Goes neutral. We'll see.
Choose his feet. Good.
See, that's an interesting thought. My thinking is he goes down, Aiden cuts him, he gets a point out of it. But, Coach Fitz knows his wrestlers far better than I do. Aiden gets another take here. We're 13-2. He cuts him. Oh, little dump to his back. 16 to... It's hard to keep up. 16-3 now.
He's just toying with him at this point.
16-4. Hard to keep up. 16-4. Only 15 seconds of the second period out. Again, I think Aiden's got to look for the fall here. But he's keeping good position. He's just nonstop attacking there. There's the takedown to his back. No, got 3. So we're 19-4, and that should be it.
Yep.
That's it. 19-4, got the tech. So I'm going to say that one probably went about as they expected. What do you think?
I think so, too. Aiden Yarusi, he's a technician, and it shows. He's just out there having fun. That don't look like he was having a little bit of fun, but not too much.
I couldn't agree more. I think, Yarusi's just really trying to take his game to the next level, and the pace he was setting out there was tough. But we're at 138 now. Tell me who we got for Del-Val.
This looks like Ty Falkenstein here.
Ty Falkenstein versus Kieran Rayleigh. Looks like Falkenstein finished 3rd at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, with Kieran finishing 2nd at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, but the two not having met. So this one could be a big one. Both of them have a close loss to the Phillipsburg athlete, Gonzalez. This one could be a toss-up here. I'm sure both teams desperately want this match. We'll see what sort of action they're both feeling each other out here, working their inside tie, working their head position, seeing if they can achieve angles. Looks like Rayleigh, little drag there, not able to convert.
Both of them move really well on their feet too. Something I've noticed about both of them.
Yeah, I love how they're both in their stance the whole time. You know, we don't really see them standing straight up. You know, something we're trying to impart on the younger athletes, how disciplined he must be. Kieran in on a little pull single, gets his 3 there. Nice little take there. 3-0 Rayleigh. Looks like they're off.
It was probably a shock to Falkenstein's system there. He wasn't expecting that takedown.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little knee pull, kind of a little snatch single there. It was pretty slick. Caught him off guard a little bit. Ty looks like he's keeping good position on bottom. He's up to his feet, and Rayleigh cuts him. So we're 3-1, a little less than a minute in. Rayleigh converting a quick little single to a double there. Nice little changeover, and we're up 6-1. With Rayleigh on top here. I'll tell you, if North Hunterdon picks up bonus points here, I think they will feel as though that's a victory. I'm assuming the Del-Val bench is thinking this is a tightly contested match, but right now, Rayleigh seems to be owning the pace a little bit. We'll see what Ty has to return.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I saw this as the most anticipated bout of the evening between these two. Two of these two shared a pair of losses to Phillipsburg's Massimo Gonzalez. Ty last week, they're both of them in the 100 more in Sussex. I think Ty was in the semis and Kieran in the finals. So it'd be interesting to see.
100%. So it looks like we're here 6-1, second period. Del-Val going down. I missed the choice on that one. Looks like Rayleigh's going to cut him regardless. Gappis, Coach Gappis, Andrew Gappis, a North Hunterdon alumni. Rutgers alumni on the sideline, doing a lot of the technical coaching and strategy. Bell, of course, an expert coach in his own right. I'm sure mentoring along the way and making sure everybody's exactly where they need to be. Del-Val's bench, again, just rich with history, tradition, and experience there. Coach Fitz always has a great staff that he puts together. And Rayleigh in on another shot, but it looks like Falkenstein able to fend it off, although he was hit for a stall warning here. So we're 6-2 with about 1:25 left in the second.
If he wants to avoid another stall call, he better think about starting to circle in towards the center of that mat. There he goes.
Looks like Rayleigh's pace is just a little bit one step ahead of him. And he gets another take there, almost some backs. He's got that forearm trapped, it looks like, from our angle here. Maybe looking to work a bar. Kieran's pretty tough for the bar, if I recall. And we're 9-2. No major decision secured yet. Rayleigh up by 7. Looking a little near side cradle as they're on the edge of the mat. And, you know, as Rayleigh, I think you could take some chances on the edge of the mat there. Trying to force that near side for a second, but Falkenstein up for the task. Fights it off back to the middle.
He's got to move here. He's got to score some points. Kieran seems to be pretty dominant on top and on his feet this entire bout.
Yeah, it looks like Rayleigh's definitely controlling the tempo. He's got solid hip pressure there. Notice Rayleigh's riding from his toes without being on his knees too much. You love that as a coach. Keeping that good pressure, looking to slip that bar in there. And there's another stall warning, which secures the major decision. So it's 10-2 Rayleigh here, with Falkenstein giving up a stall point.
Seems to be that Ty almost seems tired. It's not the same Ty Falkenstein I'm used to seeing wrestling here.
And we'll see here. I mean, it's at this point, he's given up the major. There's a period to go. We'll see if he battles back. You know, Rayleigh looks pretty poised for action, poised to get after it. They're going back on their feet. And we'll see if he can get a couple more, because 2 bonus points would be a huge victory, I think, for North Hunterdon.
Oh, it absolutely would be here, especially in a match that normally you would think would be a lot closer than it currently is.
Yeah, 100%. We'll see. Oh, Rayleigh in on a little knee pull. See if he gets his arm across. It could hook the leg there. He's trying. He's trying. Falkenstein fighting it off. No points awarded. Oh, boy. Right
Is he
there.
gonna get it?
He's close, man.
Yeah,
He's close.
yeah.
A little bit more. He's going to get this one. That is, ooh, I would award 3 there. Maybe not. He's on his hip. I think he's got it hooked.
I would award it.
There it is,
Yeah.
3. But I think he's going to cut him again. I don't know. We're at 13-2. Yeah, he's got to get a couple more in
I
here.
cannot give up a tech fall
Still
here.
got to get 2 takedowns here. Oh, that could be a good one. That's a nice little go behind. That's 3 right there. 16-3. I'm going to say he cuts him again. Got a minute left. Got to cut him again. This will be a huge, huge one for the North Hunterdon athlete. Falkenstein does look like he's a bit winded here. Rayleigh's got to dig deep to get this team point. This next team point matters. Absolutely. He's in on a shot. We'll see if he can get it. Low single there. Looking to shelf it, more than likely get to that far angle, or maybe a little loose arm here. We'll see what happens. Picks it up, makes a liar out of me. And there's your 3. That's your tech fall. That's a huge victory for North Hunterdon. You could see Coach Fitz is not pleased with that one. That's a big one. I think that they stole one back there.
That was 3 tech falls in a row. It's North Hunterdon's putting on a show, a technique here. They are having fun on that mat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Kieran just really went to work. Very workmanlike effort there for Kieran Rayleigh. And then we're up to 144 here. Now we have
Del-Val
likely coming out. They got Hassan coming out.
Yeah, Del-Val sending out Michael Hassan here.
Michael Hassan, Hunter Warren Sussex champion, Esposito 3rd. They did not meet in the competition. I think this is another one of those big matches. I'll tell you that Esposito is one of the most dangerous wrestlers on the mat. He could pin anybody. He's never out of it, but it sounds like the Del-Val athlete has been on a bit of a tear, 20-1 for his senior campaign, and we'll see what he's got here. I think this is going to be a big one.
Michael Hassan is a workhorse on his feet. He loves to wrestle on his feet.
And it sounds like the student sections, you probably can't hear them over our mics as we've kind of muted them so you can hear us, but they're getting a little chippy. They're getting into it back and forth. Del-Val always bringing a phenomenal cheering section, but the North Jungle equally up to the task. And then, of course, North Hunterdon has their youth night tonight, so about 100 of their 150 K-8 athletes in the other section as Michael in on a low single. Looks like Esposito's trying to do a little bit of funk. Oh, boy.
Oh
boy. He better watch his back. I'll tell you what. He's looking for it.
He's looking for a Jonesy here.
No points yet. It looks like that's going to be 3 for Michael. Great takedown. Way to stay disciplined.
Yes. It's good wrestling IQ there.
Yeah, 100%. You can just see the senior with some very solid mat awareness. Great hips to keep himself in position there. And really well done. They're on the edge of the mat. We're 3-0 here in favor of Michael in about 30 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, that Jonesy's tough to defend too. That's a relatively new move that I've seen.
It's crazy how much the sport has evolved. So much more scrambling than back in our day. Looks like trapped an arm there, looking maybe a little wrist back series, breaking the hips there on top. Esposito's going to have to work his base. Looks like a big, strong Del-Val athlete. Really keeping great hip and head pressure there. Looks like North's got to be careful. Esposito's got to be careful not to get hit for stalling here, but we'll see. Short time in the first period. He might wake him up. We'll see. Not going to hit him for stalling. It's 3-0 Del-Val. Michael Hassan in the first. Am I saying that right?
It's Hassan.
Hassan. Oh,
Yep.
I apologize to his
good.
family.
If I had $1 for every time somebody mispronounced my name, I'd buy a new car. So it's all good.
I've known you like 25 years. I still don't know how to say your last name. Stevekin.
Yes.
So Esposito on top, 3-0, favoring Hassan. Esposito working that claw. But again, Hassan's just got some good hips, man. attacking the ankle there. Let's see if he puts it over his head. Nope. A lot of cross-face cradle attempts by North Hunterdon. Esposito high on top, but he's got that leg hook. Like I said, he's just a dangerous athlete. One of the strongest athletes on that North Hunterdon team, no doubt about that. But Hassan, great position, cuts off, and he gets right back to his attack. Little loose head. No points awarded here. Hassan with the take.
He almost looks hurt here.
7-0 with 1:15 in the second. And again, I think at this point, Del-Val is looking for the bonus points, and I think this would be a big one if they secured it.
Well, they definitely need to after having 3 tech falls in a row. Del-Val needs every bonus point that they can possibly get at this point.
Esposito warned for stalling as Hassan continues to work his leg attacks. Nice little Russian tie for a throw by. Didn't quite get it, but oh boy. Tried to cement, got his 3. At this point, Hassan's just hungry, man. I think he sensed a little blood in the water, and Esposito's just got to try and continue to maintain composure. Fight that grip here. Looks like we're working a cross-face cradle. I can't tell from here, but it looks like he might have it locked.
Nope. It looks like, yep, broke.
And it looks like Esposito might be hurt, taking some injury time. And the Del-Val crowd going to let him hear it. Looks like he got popped in the head maybe. And Hassan really wrestling a great match thus far. 10-1 the second. Trev, tell me, as far as your impression on how things are going thus far, what's your take on things?
Well, currently, North Hunterdon seems to be dictating the pace on their feet today. Del-Val has been notoriously decent on our feet over the years, but I think it's showing that North Hunterdon's loves to score takedowns. And back when I was a coach, I used to tell all my kids, if you can take somebody down 4, 5, 6 times in a row, it's going to be very hard for you to lose.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you that North Hunterdon looking really tough on their feet, but Del-Val looking pretty tough on the mat. Just locking up those cross-face cradles and really just staying tough on top.
Well,
really staying tough on top.
I'm hoping Esposito's all right here. It did look like he had maybe bounced his head off the mat a little bit before when Michael had taken a shot before he had scored that takedown just a bit ago.
Exactly the same boat. Just, again, one of those communities that continues to give back, finds a reason to support their young athletes. And again, Trev, a homegrown Del-Val athlete, myself, a homegrown North Hunterdon athlete. It's just awesome to be back and seeing these guys go toe-to-toe.
It really is. I mean, you can go away for 10, 15, 20 years, and you can come back to a gymnasium like tonight, and you're going to see the same atmosphere that you did 20 years ago. And it's pretty electrifying to see.
And you see, on the screen a little bit, you saw some pictures of the crowd. I mean, it's a packed house here. We're sitting over on the visitors' side, and, Del-Val made the trek up from Alexandria Township, folks from Holland, folks from Milford, Frenchtown. What else am I? Kingwood. What else am I missing there?
Alexandria, Frenchtown, Kingwood, Holland Township, Milford. There's 5 sending districts that go to Del-Val.
Amazing. And it's amazing how competitive Del-Val is year in and year out. As a Group 1 school, a very small school overall, but wrestling is just in the blood. They bleed blue and gold. They are tough athletes and just workhorses in terms of how they approach the sport. North Hunterdon, of course, coming from the greater Clinton area, Clinton Town, Lebanon, Borough, Bethlehem Township, Union Township, and Franklin Township, parts of Hunterdon County. So, some of these kids, believe it or not, that live out in Franklin Township and Alexandria Township are almost next door neighbors, that they grow up together, and then the dividing line separates them and they have to go toe to toe on the mat. And And it's just special to see the sportsmanship, but also just the competitive nature of things.
100%.
So we're back to action here. Looks like Esposito's feeling better. Looks like Hassan cuts him, and we're at 10-2 with about 20 seconds in the second. So Del-Val's got the major decision secured for the moment. We'll see if he can add to it. Again, he's in on a leg there, and he tries to Merkel. No points awarded yet. We'll see what happens on the edge of the mat. Nothing. They're out of bounds. 1 second left in the second. And it looks like we'll be going to the third with a score of Michael Hassan 2, 10, Matt Esposito 2. And that's the period. So North Hunterdon's choice, and Gappis is telling him to take neutral. We'll see if he's going to go for it. He's not totally sure. And it looks like he's going to go on top.
Oh, boy.
You got to think he's taking top for a reason, right, Trev?
Yeah. He's got to have something rolled up his sleeve here.
Like I said, Esposito's definitely a pinner. He's one of those kids who's never out of it because of the way he just gets after it on top. He's got that leg hook. He's looking to get that cross-face cradle. Potentially dangerous called. So we started the match at 120. Del-Val run away with the first one. Bit expected. 126. Reed Busby with a tech fall. I think Del-Val stole a point there as Esposito's working on top, but gives up the reversal to Hassan. And it's 12-2 here in favor of the Del-Val senior. He cuts him. You can clearly tell he's looking for that tech fall.
Easy to look for a tech fall or a pin.
We'll see. We'll see if he's got it in the tank. Minute 30, 12-3 now, up by 9.
Esposito looked like he may have gotten a little bit of a breather, so hopefully he's got some gas in the tank here. It'd be lucky. Nice to see him come back.
Yeah, both athletes to me look like they've given everything they got. Esposito gets hit for stalling, gives up a point as a result. Nice little roll through there, and he might squeeze one out here, and there he does.
Oh.
Secures 3. It's 13-6. And like that, he erased the major decision. We'll see what happens here. So he's up. Hassan's up 7. I'll tell you what, if Esposito holds him down, that was a big move right there. Like I said, this kid is crafty. And they both look like they're exhausted, but they're working their tails off.
Oh, yeah, they do. That is one thing.
I don't know if Esposito's got it locked up. No, he doesn't.
Is he going to get out? Is he going to get out
This
here?
is going to be huge. 30 seconds. Hassan's in good position. Not awarded yet.
He's got that Merkel locked in.
He's got it right there. He got a Merkel. Good call, Trev. So he re-secures the major at this point. 15-6. He's up 9 with 16 seconds. That is huge for Del-Val. But I'll tell you, North Hunterdon, I think they were thinking they were going to be giving up a tech for a little while. And he snuck one out. But still, I think a major decision is probably a victory on Del-Val. What do you think?
I think it absolutely is. But on top of that, I think it's also I think it's a lot easier to not only score majors and tech falls nowadays, but I think it's also easier to close that deficit. Because you saw Esposito here close that gap pretty good. Brought the deficit down to 6 points.
100%. You can't take anything away from Esposito's effort there. Again, I gotta say, I love watching a kid who's not afraid to continue to fight to the end. Both of those athletes, just really a good job. A lot to be proud of there. Hold their head up high as we roll into 150. It looks like Ian English takes the mat for North Hunterdon. A junior with a 12-9 record against Sebastian Dobak, a senior, 18-1. Dobak, a state qualifier last year. A very workman-like athlete, finishing third at the Hunter Warren Sussex. Ian came in at 5th, so we'll see if this one goes as we hope, which of course is competitive the whole way. But Dobak's got a lot of experience, tough athlete. His brother wrestled earlier in the youth match a very, very tough athlete, tough family. But look at that. English pushes him off the mat and gets a push out.
Did he get called for stalling?
He
He did. I
did.
did miss that.
I'll tell you what, these refs are not hesitating. They want to see action in the side of the mat.
No, that's one thing. Even as a young kid, I was always told to circle in, circle in, circle in. If your feet are towards the edge of that mat, you're gonna get hit for stalling. And
yeah, 100%, right? Circle in, shoot the guy off the mat. You try and draw the stall. You never go out of the mat on a sprawl if you don't have to. Always circle in and shoot him off if you're going to look for that restart. So the athletes tied up, both working for inside position here. A lot of ear to ear here. Doback, a nice little ankle pick, but English, nice hips, attacking hands. He's in decent position with Doback on his belly. We'll see if he can secure a take. He's got to get that ankle covered. Doback holding on for dear life, and it's going to be a stalemate. Looks like referee Frank Leitner brings him back up to their feet. Want more action.
Sebi got a little lucky there. He fell off. Ian English here had really good hips.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Looks like a little elbow pass attempt by English. Doback staying in good position. Great stance. Staying in the middle of the mat. Not giving up any angles or any position here as both boys looking pass bys there. Doback doing that little pass by from the overtie. And if you're a wrestling fan, you watch Jax Forrest is probably the most slick with that overtie pass by that you'll see. I think a lot of the kids emulate his ability. Doback going back and forth, pass by either side, clearing collar tie. And both athletes working for position.
True Jax Forrest. Didn't he start the school year in high school?
Yeah, senior in high school. Gives up his end of his senior year eligibility to go to wrestle for Oklahoma State. Goes out, gets a pin in his first match. Just unbelievable what these athletes at such a young age can do. English on top. It looked like Doback maybe took bottom here. Doback up to his feet, and we're cut away. He secures the escape. And English shooting him off the mat right there. Very smart move. Looking to get that stall call maybe.
I believe this was the first match all day or all evening that there was a scoreless first period.
Could be. A lot of action we've been seeing. These athletes look very evenly matched. So Doback's got that little Merkle position. He's got that inside leg to secure the takedown. So he's now up 4-0. Looking to be pretty tough on top. Again, sticking with that inside hook. Maybe thinking Merkle, we'll see. Or he does that front headlock. Don't see a lot of that from like the actual full Merkle anymore where kids are rolling with it, but securing a lot of takedowns that way.
That used to be my go-to move, was the Merkle.
He cuts English. English gets his feet, lets him go. We're 4-1 here. It looks like English found a little bit more fire in him. Going to work the pace. And we're a minute into the second. Minute left, 4-1 Doback.
One of the things I've noticed here is that Ian English here seems to be controlling Sebi's ties, controlling his hands pretty well here.
Yeah, English, I got to give a ton of credit to this kid. First year in the varsity lineup, but if you come to the off-season training at North Hunterdon, he's always there. He's always working. You could see he put some size on. Obviously, was hitting the weights this off-season. Has worked his way into the lineup and not just into the lineup, but as an impactful wrestler in the lineup. And that's something to be said when you're wrestling for a defending state champion team with a decent amount of depth. Doback, of course, a bit of a veteran in the Del-Val lineup, and always just a fun wrestler to watch get after it.
I think Andy does the same thing with his Terrier Wrestling Club in the off-season too. I think both or all Hunterdon County teams, I think, do a very good job at off-season wrestling, keeping everybody involved in the program. When people buy in, results like this happen.
And you see the sport having continued to evolve over the years where it's almost as though you can't compete at the level these boys want to compete without that kind of commitment. It's no longer a one-season sport. As Doback cuts English, and we're 4-2. So definitely not over yet. A takedown by English puts him back in the lead, and a takedown with Doe back in on a leg. A nice little change.
Nice little scramble
We'll
here.
see. We got
There we
some
go.
scrambling. No points yet. No points yet. Oh, Doback continues to scramble, hitting a little bit of a replay there for you. Just great hips by both athletes. Doback ended on top, and it's 7-2. Doback working that head and arm lever. The wrist back series, one of my favorite.
I always hated when kids would put that in me. It is not a comfortable position to be in at all.
Oh, and that, of course, is why it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Looks like, wow, that was an interesting cut. Wow.
Interesting decision there on the edge of the mat.
I can't believe Leitner called that. He didn't even turn and face him, but he said he gave it to him. So we're 7-3. English has got to get on his leg attacks, I think, here.
He's not far away from closing this gap either.
And I got to say, you could just see Doback, he's got some heavy hands. You can just see he keeps good position. He's got his hands on the athlete, on English, and it just takes a tremendous amount of energy to fight and wrestle a kid who continues to keep that kind of pressure as he does a little throw by. So secure another takedown. Now he's up 10-3.
I think
10-4. We're going to be looking for bonus points here with another takedown. We'll see if English can hold him off with 25.
If I take a quick peek over to that Del-Val bench, they're all yelling at him for another take. They want that bonus point.
I mean, this is huge. This would be a huge bonus point. We got 10 seconds. English has no stall warnings. I'm not going to lie. If it's me, I'm circling. There's the stall warning. 6 seconds. I don't think they'll hit him again as long as he doesn't jump backwards off the line.
He could go for it if he shoots quick.
And that's going to be it. 10-4, Doback secures the decision. Got a little tight there. I'm not sure if Del-Val feels good about that or not. It looks like Fitz is pretty happy.
I mean, I think a win is a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that one was probably on paper a bit of a toss-up. No one really knew. But we'll see. We're up to 157 now. For Del-Val, who do we got, Trev?
This looks like Hunter Tefera.
Tefera, a sophomore, coming off a first-place finish at the Hunterdon Sussex, which is very, very impressive at a middle to upper weight, middleweight, I guess you'd say. As a sophomore, wrestling a junior in Luke Charbonneau. Looks like the last meeting between these two. Tefera won by a score of 10-1 in the quarterfinals last weekend, so that's a major decision. I think Charbonneau will be looking to close that gap quite a bit. And, of course, Tefera will be looking to expand on it. We'll see what happens here.
Tefera used to wrestle for me back in the day, and I couldn't for the life of me not remembered that he was still wrestling. I'm glad to see that he is, and I'm glad to see that his hard work is paying off for us. Like you said, a sophomore at 157 pounds, taking a prestigious title like the Hunterdon Sussex. That's not an easy feat by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, that's no joke. He must have had a great tournament, and really exploding onto the scene in his sophomore campaign. Looks like he's 14-4 on the year thus far. Charbonneau at 10-9. Luke, another kid who's worked his way into the North Hunterdon lineup. Long-time athlete, long-time committed wrestler, often behind some really, really advanced North Hunterdon wrestlers, but just keeps working, just keeps getting after it, and has continued to improve his game and works himself into a starter, looking like he's keeping really good position right now. I'd be a little wary of pushing in the way he is here, setting yourself up for a little bit of a throw, but we'll see. It looks like he's keeping good position. With Tefera and him exchanging head position. Tefera in on a little bit of a shot. Charbonneau gets a stall warning.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, it looked a little bit preemptive to me as well. Charbonneau in on a shot, little roll through. Nice little roll there by Tefera, but Charbonneau needs to improve his angle. He's not in great position here. He should be knee pounding, getting that outside leg up, turning that corner, or getting his head inside and head wheeling the other way. Looks like he's doing it, but time runs out. A 0-0 first period.
whatever happened to the old school crossface where you would rip somebody's head off? Right there was a perfect opportunity for Tefera to hit a nice hard crossface.
Yeah, Luke with his head outside for a while. Had a nice little high C, looked like her outside, head outside single. Could not quite turn that corner. And looks like we got a little blood time. So scanning the crowd a little bit, maybe. Or not. That's okay. We'll continue to go through things here. So let's see. We're at 14-13.
We are through 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the 6th bout here. It is a very, very close Hunterdon County rivalry bout. Love it. Listen.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been really everything we hoped it would be. A lot of battling, a lot of kids working hard. And I think both coaches got to be pleased with the effort thus far. You know, what I love to see, Trev, is just the community support. You know, I try and explain to some of the other members of the community that don't have quite the ties that I do with the sport of wrestling. Hunterdon County is a wrestling area. I'm not sure if there are any other sports. Maybe at least in North Hunterdon, cross country is also really well known in this area. Obviously some other sports, but on a Tuesday night to pack a gym of this size from both sides of town, I mean, it's just a really electric environment.
It really is. I was talking to a few friends from work, and they couldn't believe the amount of people who come in to support a high school wrestling team. And it's just a testament for, I think, both of our communities and our whole county as a whole, that even though there's only 5 schools that make up our county, we pack quite a punch every year, whether that be what used to be the Retaco Center down at Toms River, all the way down to Atlantic City every year. There's always good wrestling coming out of Hunterdon County.
Yeah, and this has certainly been no different tonight. 14-13, roughly halfway through. And we're 0-0 in the second. Looks like Charbonneau gets an escape here to secure the first point of the night. He does have a stall warning on him. And nice job of peeling the hips there, or excuse me, peeling the hands, getting his hips out and securing that escape. So a really good job by both athletes thus far, both circling for position. I think this one's going to come down to who wrestles better on the mat. We haven't seen a lot of action on our feet, although Tefera, nice little go behind there, and no points awarded yet. Nothing yet. Nothing.
Ooh,
oh, boy. Falls into a bit of a half. He's in trouble here.
Uh-oh.
He's got 3+ swipes. This would be a huge fall if he gets it.
These guys.
Oh, my goodness.
And he does.
Oh, my goodness. He got it. I'll tell ya. No, yeah, he did. He secured it. On the replay from our seats, it did not look like he was going to have it, but like the replay, he had it.
Yeah, it looked like he scooped that arm out just in time.
That's a huge victory for the Terriers. That I don't think is something that North Hunterdon anticipated.
Oh, I don't think so either, especially after Tefera beating him 10-1, I believe, in the quarterfinals last weekend.
And it looks like we are up to 165. Yeah, Tefera beat him 10-1, and 165 Del-Val throws out first.
Marcus Gary,
a junior with a 15-4 record. And it looks like it is going to be the senior Sebastian Santos coming out. Gary finishing 3rd at the Hunter & Warren Sussex. Del-Val will be favored in this event, in this match. And it looks like Gary gets right to the takedown here to work on top. Santos, a hardworking kid, lacks some experience with the sport, but give him a ton of credit, comes to work every day and to get better every day, putting some time in the offseason, tries to close some of the gap as Gary continues that arm drag. Got the first one for a take here, up 3-1 in on a bit of a double, and he's got that for another 3.
Seen a lot more edge wrestling, edge of the mat wrestling nowadays since this new rule where you only need, is it 1 point of supporting contact?
Yeah, 1 point in.
Yeah. My dad's a referee. I think he said you can put in a finger.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Still
6-1.
in bounds.
Gary looking tough on top. I think this one, Santos is likely looking to keep the score as close as possible. Gary, like I said, a third place finisher over the weekend, the Hunter Warren Sussex. Sebastian coming in with a 2-2 record from that event, but no place winning. So we'll see how things continue to progress here. 6-2. Looks like Gary in trying to tie up an ankle. Sebastian in on a it's like a little bit of a single dump position. We'll see if he can convert it there.
If I'm Marcus Gary here, I need to score these points before this period ends.
Yeah, I think he wants to get it, right? I mean, it's going to put him in a better position to secure bonus points. He's right there, although Sebastian's got a really, had a good grip, and there it goes. There was 6 seconds left. That's a rough one. And well done by the Del-Val athlete. Gary just looking very tough there. And up 9-2, entering the second North Hunterdon's choice. Looks like Santos is going to take bottom. And Gary conferring with his bench. Coach says to keep him down, see if you can work your turns on top. Looks like he's trying to slip in a bar maybe. Looks like he's got that bar in there. Looking at far wrist, either hook, maybe half the other side. He's in pretty good shape there. Got to try and get that top shoulder pin unless you're going to come back and tilt the other side.
He's got to work right towards that opposite shoulder.
He's almost got it, but Santos doing a good job fighting off, keeping that base up.
There you go.
Continues to work that bar. He's got that far wrist now. Again, Santos just trying to, they're going to call for potentially dangerous there. Looks like got a little chicken wing action.
That's one of the things that I've always been appreciative of referees, especially, when that shoulder gets cranking, sometimes it's hard to stop. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcus on top here, working that cross wrist. Probably going to try and get right back to that bar.
If I was him, I would do the same thing.
So we're at 19-14 as a dual score here. The overall match score with a 9-2 advantage to Marcus Gary.
There are 7 bouts left. So we're about halfway through here.
And this is anybody's game here. Of course, North Hunterdon, very, very tough at 106 and 112. But I believe Del-Val likely has the advantage over some of the next upper weight matches. We'll see how things go. Again, we're at 9-2. We're in the second period, 15 seconds left. Looks like they hit North Hunterdon for a stall. He's got the half, and he is cranking that thing. Sebastian is working hard to fight it off. Mark is just cranking. He is just tough on top with those bars and halves.
I don't know if I agree with that stalling call. There are times where you're getting cranked on bottom and you're getting hit for stalling. It's tough to move when you're getting cranked on.
Yeah, we've seen the refs be a little aggressive with the stalling, in my personal opinion. Although not always unjustified, just seems like a little quick. But they want that action.
They are calling it on both sides, which I do like to see as well.
100%. I think the reffing's been very even. Gary again in on a shot, scoots out, gets a little go behind, secured for takedown here, 13-2. And he's got that major decision locked up. Santos is just doing his best to secure. Yeah, he's got a little reversal. There you go. We shouldn't be cheering for him. Of course, I've got Trevor here bouncing me out, us being Del-Val North Hunterdon alumni here. But Gary, again, just looking very tough. Santos got legs in.
I will admit it is a little tough to stifle myself sometimes when I do want to cheer and yell and holler and.
You're doing great. You're doing great, Trev.
But it is great.
Santos, again, keeping those legs in and looking pretty good with them. And Marcus is just trying not to get turned here because at this point he's up by 9. He's got the major, but if Santos can get a turn.
He's got to watch his hips here.
Why? He's close.
He's got to keep his
close.
hips
He's
up.
got to pull that elbow. He is very close. He's a little high. And now he's a little too high. It looks like Gary might be able to squeak out, although he just broke his hip. So
if he stretched him out there.
Yeah, he's working that power half. It looks like he's got only one boot in. He had double boots for a little while. Working that power half. And now he's a little high. He's going to have to get that leg back in. Keep scooting. Get that boot in. But he's in a little bit of trouble there. But honestly, it looked like a tech fall there for a little while. So a major decision. I don't know. What do you think? You think a major is a win for North or Del-Val?
I'd say it's probably a win for North. Absolutely a win for North. Gary came out here like a bull in a china shop and, looked like he was going to run away with a tech fall. But Santos held in there in that third period. He looked like he was about to turn it around.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think that that Gary really looked tough and really was getting after it in the first couple periods. And then Santos had a nice little reversal, got tough on top and got his legs in and got to work. So we'll see. We're up to 165 here.
This is Olivier Paul from Del-Val. He's he moved here from Westfield as I believe a freshman or 8th grader.
Olivier Paul here from Del-Val.
Yep.
Versus, it looks like Nick Romanello, a freshman from North Hunterdon. So we got 2 transfers here, is what you're saying. From West Orange.
Westfield.
And Westfield and one from Hunterdon Central. And I'm going to say the Paul kid, a senior, getting right after it. And he looks very aggressive. Looks like Paul was a region qualifier last year, a 3rd place finisher in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Earlier this year, last week, he pinned Nick. So North Hunterdon going to be looking to do their best to keep it close with Del-Val, of course, looking to get those bonus points again.
Here's a kid who's just a technician, loves takedowns, and this kid lives in that wrestling room. According to what Andy Fitz tells me, loves the sport, is really bought into the program, and it's kind of showing.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, he's just looked very slick on his feet thus far. He's starting on the left side offensively, changing over to the right, just doing things that a kid who's put his time into the sport knows how to do. Looking to get that bar, and now he's got it on his back. We'll see where Nick, if he can fight it off, but I think this is a tricky one for North Hunterdon. A lot of time on that clock here, and Paul is squeezing him down as Nick continues to fight with everything he has there. Of course, the Del-Val bench erupting with that pin there. That's a huge pin. So Del-Val continues to do what they need to do, put themselves in a good position.
Del-Val needs to keep this momentum moving if they want to hold off North Hunterdon's tough little lightweights here.
So we'll see this next one on paper probably edges towards North Hunterdon with Owen Dandio, a senior, with a 2nd place finish at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex last weekend against
this is Matt Sencher from
Matt Sencher. Matt Sencher, a junior, did not compete in the event. But last year, the 2 wrestled in the dual meet, with Dandio came away with a pin. So I think North Hunterdon has to be looking for a pin here and really nothing less. It's going to be big.
I think Sencher's just thinking that he just doesn't want to give up a pin or any bonus points for that matter.
So 29-14, we're at 190 pounds. Owen Dandio on alumni night. His dad, Steve, of course, a North Hunterdon alumni wrestler. In on a shot. Looks like he's got that little pull single. Sencher fighting real hard, looking to find the edge, maybe. And, oh, very well done by Censure. Nice hips. And we're going to go off with no points. We're going to go
Good
off with
amount,
no points.
good mat awareness.
Yeah, really well done by the Del-Val athlete. Now, Censure in on a shot. It's like Dandio fighting it off. Got that underhook tie. Back and forth on each other's legs. Dandio trying to extend them. Look for a little go behind here.
I'd love it if I see a nice little knee slide here.
It's like he's looking cement job. And Censure is balled up on his knees. Probably wants to get to his feet and avoid that cement. And they're circled off. So we're scoreless thus far. Got about 39 seconds left in the first 0-0. Owen Dandio looking to build back some of the gap, or I should say fill the gap that's been created by the Del-Val effort here in his senior campaign. A nice little head fake there. And he's in good position to get a go behind here, and he's just got a mat return him. No points awarded yet.
He's got to put his foot to the mat here.
And still no points. Oh, he's got it. Wow, that was close. That was close. 3 points for Dandio.
Tom Censure, I don't relax there. You don't ever relax on the edge of the mat.
Yeah. Very well done by Dandio's mat awareness, keeping that toe in. And agree. I think Censure just kind of thought he was out of bounds and free and maybe made a little bit of a mental mistake there. But tough kid thus far. 3-0 at the close of the first. Del-Val's choice.
That was huge for Dandio there at the end of that first period to get that opening takedown. Going into the second period, 3-0 is going to be a big advantage for him here.
Yeah, as we know, every point counts, but I really got to think North Hunterdon's got to be looking for bonus points here. Coach Fitz putting his athlete down, confident in his ability to get out on bottom, I'm sure. Dandio tough on top, riding that nice little, some people call it trying to get a Blair ride, that one-on-one.
So have to see a little bit of action here from both these guys.
And looks like he's going to cut him. And we're 3-1. 3-1, both athletes working for position here. Nice little elbow pass and nice takedown by Matt Censure. Really well done.
It almost looked like both of them went in for a shot there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a scramble. Censure comes out on top. It's like Dandio was trying a little bit of a collar tie elbow pass. And
said Dandio's dad used to be a North wrestler?
He was on alumni night, part of the 93 state championship team, I believe. Last year's team duplicating the effort of that team, upsetting, I shouldn't say upsetting, but knocking off Phillipsburg in the final.
It's always good when you beat Peaburg.
Peaburg, of course, for many, 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 many years, the benchmark in New Jersey wrestling, or among the benchmarks, certainly in the northern part of the state, as the Hunterdon County schools continue to chase them. But then, of course, last year, North Hunterdon knocking them off twice, and then Phillipsburg knocking North Hunterdon off last week, was it? Or the week prior? I think last week. But then North Hunterdon storming back to the Hunterdon Warren Sussex title. So we'll see. Censure looking really tough with this crossface cradle here, and he's got it locked up. And if Censure puts this away,
does he have enough time? He does. He does have enough time.
That is a dagger. That is a dagger in the Hunterdon.
Wow.
That's a really great job by the Del-Val athlete. And I think Del-Val's got to be feeling really good about that with 35 points on the board and not many left. A really great effort by Censure as we get into our next bout of the evening at 215. This is Darjinder Dillon coming out, a senior.
And I believe this might be Luke Seifert here for the Terriers.
And Luke Seifert for the Terriers. So we'll see what the big boys have to say. We're up to 215 pounds. Seifert with a third place finish over the weekend. Darjinder not having wrestled. I think the Terriers are again be looking for bonus points. That last match was very big with Seifert getting a quick takedown. And of course, a win here, I believe, puts it out of reach
I believe you are correct.
for North
I believe you
Hunterdon.
are correct. Even with
Three remaining after this match, and Seifert looking tough on top. Seifert looked like he's working that half Nelson. Darjinder's got his shoulder planted on the mat. He's in a tough spot there. He's gonna have to work, crawl forward, get that leg unhooked, and work back to his hips.
I'm thinking that he's going to try to.
Was that
I exactly thought right.
He's working that half hard. And he's got him planted. And he's in a rough spot here. Seifert looking to get the fall. He's got 30 seconds. He's in a pretty good spot. Starting to get swipes. And he is in a good spot.
Who does
He
have
gets
it?
the fall to seal it. That is going to be the match clincher for Del-Val, who has stormed into North Hunterdon and has really put together quite an effort.
I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody on the opposite side of this gym ever thought that scoreboard was going to look the way it did when this match first started.
I'm going to agree with you. As someone who often sits on the other side of that gym, I'm going to agree with you that I think North Hunterdon is a bit stunned right now.
I'll tell you, between you, me, and the walls, I saw this match going differently when it first started too.
I thought it was going to be a very, very tightly contested match, but hey, hats off to Del-Val. Thus far, they've done everything they needed to do, including avoiding bonus points when they needed to do it. And they've gotten big bonus points, and of course, some flip-flop matches that I think North Hunterdon thought was going to go their way, having not done that, and hats off to Andy Fitz's team, who's put together quite an effort. But it's not done yet, of course. We got 3 more bouts to go with Anthony DeSimone here for North Hunterdon.
Now we have Luke and Alberti for the Terriers.
And Alberti for the Terriers. The big boys, right? We're up at heavyweight, a max of 285 pounds. Got 2 big athletes out there. I'm not sure they took the scales quite at that, but looking to work position here. So we'll see how this one goes.
I give my hats off to Coach Bell here too, Eric. Man, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, inter-county rivals, it could go either way. So
it definitely looked like it was going to be tight on paper, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it comes down to who's going to step onto the mat with everything they've gotten their best effort. And thus far tonight, it sounds as though and looks as though the Del-Val team has gotten the upper hand, but looks like the student sections and sounds like the student sections getting a little chippy here on both sides. So hopefully we'll all continue to maintain the fun, competitive spirit that is Hunterdon County Wrestling, with the heavyweights looking to work some pummeling position, maybe a little Greco style athletes out there. We'll see. A 0-0 match here with 26 left in the first here.
although this win does put the Terriers ahead today, North Hunterdon still does win the series record with 32 wins and 26 losses against the Terriers over their long storied history. So
Wow. That's incredible. There's been that many matches over the years, and having taken part in a handful of them
Yeah.
myself, I can certainly say
Yeah.
that they're always fun. And the thing I got to say about both sides, regardless of just how competitive it can get, and of course everybody wants to win, but I think there's a deeply rooted mutual respect among both teams and both communities, which makes this always just a fun one to do.
I think there is, and I think a lot of these kids grow up wrestling together. And I recognize some of the names on this lineup from kids who I saw when they were in kindergarten and first grade. So it's great to see them still wrestling each other all these years later.
100%. This is certainly a sport of attrition. It's a tough one. Only the strong certainly survive. It's one of those sports that you truly got to love to be able to be willing to work as hard as it takes to excel in this sport. And we see two big guys, two heavyweights, working with everything they have. I give them a lot of credit here. We're still 0-0 with about 1:25 left in the second as DeSimone trying to work up to his base.
Yeah, he looks a little bit overpowered here. Alberti looks a little bit bigger than he is.
And Alberti looks to cut him. Both just very, very big, athletic young men.
Some good hand fighting here, though. That's something I always like seeing in heavyweight bouts. I always like seeing good hand fight.
Looks like both athletes, again, just trying to gain position here. I'd love to see a little bit of a arm drag or an elbow pass here. Try and get a little snatch single by one of them. Looks like Alberti wants to go up top with him. Obviously a big, strong athlete.
Whenever you get some of those big time throws or arm drags, especially at the heavyweights, you get a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd. It's pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah, 100%. Both guys just continuing to work for position, hand fight a little bit. You see him locked behind the collar there, just those heavy hands, just trying to tire out his opponent as we got 10 seconds left in the second here. A 1-0 lead for DeSimone. Pushing into each other. Alberti looking a little snatch pull, but quite get it.
I think Andy's going to put him down here. He's going to try to escape. Hopefully tie it up. And if I'm Lucan, I'm looking for a nice takedown here to ride out this third period.
Yeah, so we're 1-0 in the third. Alberti up to his feet quickly. Looks like he's going to secure that escape, which he does within the first 5 seconds. And we're going back on our feet. Takedown's going to win this one. Both coaches telling the athlete to push the pace.
I'm thinking a snap down here from either of these guys.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit more ability to change my opponent's direction, right? If I'm one of these athletes, I'm trying to get my opponent to take a hard step, get a little single leg, quick little pull, or some sort of snap down. DeSimone, he did exactly that, and he's in on takedown. Exactly as I had suggested. Got lucky on that call too.
The spidey senses were tingling down on that mat.
Nice takedown there for the North Hunterdon athlete getting on top here, and we're 4-1. Wow, a quick stall call by.
You would think it'd be the other way around.
I think he's claiming he was hanging on his ankle there. I mean, I get it, but that was a little quick, I thought.
It was a little quick, and I mean, hats off to Lucan here. I mean, I know both these guys are tired. That was an excellent effort by DeSimone there, to pound off that head for that single or for that takedown there.
He's got to be careful about the ankle, right? He's right back on it again. He's going to get hit again. He's been on it for well more than 5 seconds. Coach Gab is telling him to get off it. He's looking to break Alberti's base. Of course, Alberti looking to base up and get some hand control. We've got about a little over 30 seconds left in this one.
I feel for Alberti down there. He's got to be tired.
Yeah, I think these boys they've worked their tails off. We got 15 seconds left here, and it does not look like Alberti is going to be able to get to his feet. It looks like DeSimone's got this one.
That was a hard fought bout by both of them.
Both athletes working their tails off there. So good work overall. DeSimone's going to come away the victor 4-1. And we'll drop down to 106 for our final two bouts of the evening, 106 and 113. North Hunterdon with two of their strongest wrestlers. At 106, we have Caden Wadle.
And it looks like Del-Val is going to send out Vincent Rainey here.
Caden, the Hunter Warren Sussex champion state qualifier. Won a couple matches down in Atlantic City last year. Of course, another member of the Wadle family, a storied North Hunter wrestling family. His dad, a member of the 93 state championship team. His brother, a member of the 2020 state championship team, and then earned himself an individual state title. Caden putting together a great junior campaign, and he's just so tough on his feet. And he scores a quick takedown over Rainey, 3-0. Well, look at Rainey, though, getting right on his ankles there.
Excellent.
And
that's what you'd like to see.
Probably going to get an escape out of it. We'll see. Maybe he gets two, although good scooting by Caden. And it looks like...
Oh, he didn't. I was going to say, he did give him one. Initially, he didn't.
He didn't give it to him. Wadle cut him.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it was right there, though.
Okay.
Some polls have Caden currently ranked third in the state. And Rainey, again, a very experienced athlete, but Wadle's speed is tough to match. Those little quick go-behinds. He does a really good job with that. And it's quickly 6-1, 6-2 on the escape.
Even as a member of a team, I've always found it funny going from a heavyweight bout, two kids going at it at 250 pounds, and then shrink all the way down to these two kids going at it too. But they all move well. Every single one of them moves well.
I agree. Part of me kind of has the nostalgia to like it how it used to be, where it finishes with heavyweight and kind of comes down to the big guy. But I guess it's not quite as fair that way. Certainly, this random draw of the starting match, way more fair to do it as Wadle secures another takedown, and he's just been tough on his feet. We're at 9-2 with 20 seconds left in the first, and I'm sure Caden's looking for more bonus points. Probably gonna hold him down here in the first, and Caden is just a very fierce competitor. I know Rainey is working and certainly looking to improve, and every opportunity to do so.
Well, I saw that Caden and Tech fold Vincent over the weekend at the Hunterdon Warren Sussex, but it looks like, Vincent's hanging in there. He wrestled a really tough first period, and hopefully he can turn the second period around. Let's score some points here.
So we're at 9-2. Rainey take a quick shot, but just Caden to sprawl again, go behind another takedown. Man, he is just tough with that. It does not look like he ever gave him his one fully, so that last shot likely not going to count. There's one. So we're at 12-3. And I think we're going to see Wadle continue to be aggressive on his feet, looking to get those takedowns. Wadle again just continuing to work his style. His feet never stop moving. His hands never stop moving. And that's what it takes to be successful on our feet. And he is about to secure another one, it looks like. Not quite there. Looking to get his cradle. Near side cradle. He's going to settle for the points. There's another three. We're at 15-3. I think we'll...
He wrestles like his brother. I've see a lot of Logan Wadle and the way that he moves on his feet.
Yeah, it's nice little try to super duck there. Oh, pop Rainey in the mouth. It looked like that. So good.
Seems supporting his older brother there with the Lehigh Mountain Hawks headgear. Is he still over there at Lehigh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Had an opportunity to chat with his father earlier today, and a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences, to be honest. And Caden, he certainly is an athlete unto his own. He's really continuing to push the pace and just make himself into an incredible athlete. A little bit of a shove out there that some of the folks aren't thrilled with, but a quick takedown here, making it 18-4.
He's sure making a name of himself tonight. That's for sure.
18-5 here. Look like we're gonna look to get one more. 6 seconds here in the second, so we're likely gonna go to the third here with Waddle up 18-5. And I'll see. Rainey's gonna take bottom. I'm gonna say they're gonna cut him. Oh, didn't look like he didn't take bottom, and that's gonna be the end of it right here.
Be it right here, right? Yeah.
So a 21-5 technical fall for Caden Waddle. Sure, pleased with the performance, but you can just tell the North Hunterdon athlete just very upset about the team score there. So we're at 41-22 coming down to the last match.
This looks like Owen Shuey for the Terriers coming out here.
Owen Shuey, a junior, and Owen Foal, a sophomore from North Hunterdon. So the Owens go at it. Our final match of the evening, 41-22 Terriers in the lead. And Foal is an electric wrestler as well. You can see him just constantly moving, getting after that go behind. Looks like he's going to try and get that cradle. And looks like he's going to try and make this one as quick as he can. But the other Owen fighting hard. Secured a takedown with that near side cradle. Oh, it looks like he's got a leg cradle. He's got a lock to his arms and his legs. Look at this. This is not one you see every day, folks.
No,
that's a leg cradle right there. He's trying. I don't know if he's got the angle here. I'm getting a text that this is actually Jackson Binger.
It is Jackson Binger. I heard the name out. I apologize. That is my fault.
So Jackson Bingert from Del-Val.
Binger. Jackson Binger. Apologies, folks.
Jackson hanging tough. I mean, he's honestly had a cradle on him almost the entire period, but he just will not go over. Good, a lot of credit to him. Looks like Foles getting some swipes now. 40 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, Foles looks a little high. He's got to drop his shoulder underneath Jackson's shoulder if he's gonna get that pin. Gets 4. So it's 7-0. Looking very tough on top. The claw ride, gonna lift, maybe look to Turk here. We'll see what happens. See if Jackson pops his hips, and then I think Foal will look to lift and Turk here. But it looks like Jackson's gonna keep low to the mat. And we are likely gonna finish. Oh, here it comes. Oh. And he only got one swipe out of it. So 7-0. Did look to do that little claw lift. Nice hips there.
Gotta hand it here to Jackson Binger. That was not only was that a little bit of a potentially dangerous spot there, but pulling out of that near side cradle is not an easy thing to do, especially when he's got it locked up tight like Owen Foal did.
Yeah, Jackson's showing a lot of heart to fight that off. That's definitely not an easy situation to be in, especially with an athlete like Foal. Foal, 100 Warren Sussex champ. State qualifier last year.
And Jackson Bingert, I do not know a terrible amount about him. It seems like I believe he is a sophomore.
Well, he's wrestling tough, you know. He's wrestling
he is.
spirited for his team, and a little bit of their blood or injury time. Can't quite tell.
It's 101 Sussex champ. Can't ask for much less.
And I might have
He's
to
hanging
check
in
my
tough.
source on that. I thought he was, but I don't have it in writing in front of me, so I'm gonna say check the media for that one. As full cuts them, we're 7-1. Regardless, full state qualifier last year. Quick takedown here. We're 10-1, 10-2 on the escape. Nice duck under there. And another take. We're 13-2. He's looking to go right back to that claw. Coach Gappis and Caden Wadle are saying cut him. And Jackson gets an escape here. We're 13-3. With 1:20 left in the second. And Full is just really controlling the tempo here. 16-3. It looks like we're going to get another tech fall. So
I like that Jackson keeps moving though. Keeps going after him. 16-4, and you know he's getting handled here pretty well. But you wouldn't know it because he is going after him.
yeah, I got to agree with you. I give a lot of credit to the kid. He's likely wrestling someone who's got a bit more experience. Continues to fight hard, looking to get a headlock here. Owen's going to drop down to the single. He's going to try and lift him. We'll see what happens here. It's a bit of a scrap, 16-4, no points awarded. Jackson continuing to work in and Full with the fireman's carry. And that's going to do it, 19-4. So I think almost all but one of North Hunterdon's victory was a tech fall, but Del-Val comes into North Hunterdon's home gym and really has a great showing. 41-27 Del-Val as the teams do the handshake. And of course we have the most outstanding wrestler, Danny Hutchins Memorial Award at the end here. But Trev, give me some of your thoughts on the match here today.
I mean, I'm kind of blown away. I really enjoyed both teams. I know the team score didn't really show it for North Hunterdon, but man, they did come to wrestle. You know, sometimes the team score doesn't always dictate it, but I gotta hand it to Coach Bell and the North Hunterdon Lions. They did wrestle well. It just Andy Fitz seemed to like the matchups that he had and looked like to win the toss-ups that he did want to win.
Andy certainly had his team prepared tonight, and I think the North Hunterdon boys are I'm sure disappointed with the outcome, but hats off to both teams. And I think overall we got to be pleased with Hunterdon County wrestling. That's going to be just about it for us here with Main Street Sports. It's been awesome having you, Trev.
Thank you very much.
Joining me today. And from the Main Street Sports team from North Hunterdon High School, we have Del-Val 41, North Hunterdon 27. We will see you next time on Main Street Sports. Have a great night.
Take care, guys.